All right, this is just a quick accessory that I want to highlight. This is actually out of the Hypertrophy Strength Hybridization program that's coming out at the beginning of February. There are a lot of variations when it comes to cable tricep pushdowns. It's not necessarily a right or wrong way to do it, but this is a variation that I've come up with that I like the best. And the reason for that is most tricep pushdown variations have a really poor line of pull, and it ends up pulling me out of position, and I just don't get a really good stimulation on my tricep. So for this setup, you're going to need some type of cable articulating arms functional trainer. So this is a free motion machine. Most gyms usually have some variation of this. If you don't have this setup, you can always do this just one side at a time. But what you'll do is you'll set up the cable arms to be above you, and then wherever the cable is exiting, you actually want that to be a little bit behind your body. So I step forward, so that way the line of pull is pulling above and then a little bit behind me. And so what this causes is a really deep stretch in my tricep. So it causes really good elbow flexion. And so the problem with traditional cable tricep pushdowns, when the exit point of the cable is in front of you, you're having to use a ton of your lats and rotator cuff and other shoulder stability muscles to try and keep your elbows at your side because the cable is in front of you and above. So it's going to be causing you to have to fight that resistance that's pulling you forward. And then you end up not getting as much of a stimulus on your triceps. And on top of having to fight the cable from pulling your arm away from you, it's also going to cause a little bit more instability. So there's a really important principle in exercise physiology called ARTHROGENIC muscle inhibition. And this is essentially a protective mechanism from your central nervous system where it'll downregulate the motor unit recruitment and firing to any given muscle group if it feels or detects any instability. So if your body is trying to produce a lot of force, but it detects a lot of instability, that's a high potential for injury. So it's going to pull back the reins and not allow you to produce as much force as you normally would if you had more stability. So finding exercises where the setup is going to allow you to have a little bit more stability is going to allow you to produce more force and therefore grow more muscle more effectively. And so again, there's no right or wrong way to do a cable tricep pushdown. It's a small accessory, but this is just a simple variation that you can try to see if it works better for you to make it a little bit more effective. So hope this helps.